A product is tangible personal property distributed commercially for use or consumption. Emphasis added. Accord Pearson v. Sharp Memel Hospital, Incorporated. 216 calories. App 3D 340. 345. 1989. Plaintiff's claims therefore likely fail on the merits, and we need not stretch Section 230 to reject them. I also agree that we have strayed in immunizing algorithms. C. Gonzalez. 2F. 4th at 913-18. Berzon, J. Concurring, we have taken a strong position that algorithms are almost always third-party publishing activity, and rarely a platform's own content, e.g., DIRF v. Ultimate Software GRP, Incorporated, 934F, 3D 1093, 1098. 9th SIR 2019, but Section 230's protection of third-party publishing conduct should reach only traditional activities of publication and distribution, not every modern activity that bears some remote resemblance to it. C. Gonzalez, 2F, 4th at 913, Berzon, J. Concurring, Force v. Facebook Incorporated, 934F, 3D 53, 81, 2D SIR 2019 Katzman, J. Concurring in part and dissenting in part. This is, after all, what publishing meant when Section 230 was enacted. C. Gonzalez, 2F, 4th at 914-15, and such a definition better adheres to the history and tradition of common law protection for publishers that Section 230 codified. See Malwarebytes, 141 S. Court, at 15. Thomas, J. Statement respecting the denial of certiorari. Modern recommendation algorithms are opaque, esoteric, and particularly when artificial intelligence enters the fray, incomprehensible, sometimes even to their own designers. See Moody v. Net Choice, LLC, 603 U.S. 707, 795-96, 2024. Alito, J. Concurring in the judgment, much of the matchmaking and network creation that modern algorithms engage in does not fit within any fair definition of publishing conduct. C. Force, 934F, 3D at 76-77, 82-83, 85. Katzman, J. Concurring, in part and dissenting in part, and even if algorithms are publishing conduct, the Supreme Court has suggested that they are the publishing of the platform's own content. C. Moody, 603 U.S. at 707, 731, 734. Moody compares the algorithmic compilation of third-party speech to newspapers and other traditional publishing activity. See ID at 732-33, 738. An entity exercis, ing editorial discretion in the selection and presentation of content is engaged. D. In speech activity ID at 731 quoting ARC. Ed Television Com v. Forbes, 523 U.S., 666, 674, 1998, T. Had is as true when the content comes from third parties as when it does not. And it is also true when the prioritization of content is achieved through the use of algorithms that provide individualized recommendations. At 734, as the Supreme Court said, personalized recommendation algorithms constitute a platform's own distinctive expressive product. At 731, if an algorithm is a distinctive expressive product, then it makes sense that it is a platform's own content, rather than the content of third parties. And if it is a platform's own content, rather than the content of third parties, it is not immunized by Section 230. C. Barnes, 570 F, 3D at 1101, by its terms. Then, Section C. 1 only ensures that in certain cases an Internet service provider will not be treated as the publisher or speaker of third-party content. Emphasis added. Force, 934 F, 3D at 8081, Katzman, J. Concurring, in part and dissenting in part. C. Also Do ex rel. Roe v. Snap, Incorporated, 88 F, 4th 1069, 1071, 5th SIR, 2023, Elrod, J. Dissenting from denial of rehearing en banc. So it is unclear why algorithms should be immunized under Section 230 after Moody. True, whether algorithmic compilation and content delivery is First Amendment speech is distinct from whether it is first-party content for Section 230 purposes. We have never squared that circle, and neither has the Supreme Court. Cf. Net Choice, LLC v. Paxton, 142 S. Court, 1715. 1717 and N. 2. 2022 Alito, J. Dissenting from grant of application to vacate stay, and what counts as algorithmic speech is not yet fully developed, either. 1. As Justice Barrett explained, the majority did not resolve whether purely engagement maximizing algorithms were expressive. See Moody, 603 U.S. at 746-47. Barrett J. Concurring. At any rate, Moody's thrust is clear. Personalized recommendation algorithms can constitute a platform's own message, even if third-party content is in the mix. Accordingly, even if non-traditional publishing conduct, such as the use of recommendation algorithms, is publishing activity, the result is the same. Section 230 does not apply when a plaintiff's cause of action seeks to hold a platform liable for a recommendation algorithm itself. Section 230 should provide no immunity. Some courts have already begun to chart a new course in response to Moody, deciding that recommendation algorithms are platforms' own content and declining to apply Section 230. See Anderson, 116F, 4th at 184. We have already tied ourselves to the mast. However, and while Moody cast some doubt on our precedent about recommendation algorithms, our precedent has not been effectively overruled. See Miller v. Gami, 335F, 3D 889, 893, 9th Sir 2003, so it will fall to the en banc court to plumb the depths of Section 230 immunity once again, especially when it comes to algorithmic content delivery. 2 Fair House Council of San Fernando Valley v. Roommates.com, LLC, 521F, 3D 1157, 1161, 9th Sir 2008, en banc. But this is not the case to correct our precedent. The chief problem with our Section 230 precedent, particularly DERF, involves personalized algorithms custom fit to individual users based on their engagement habits and content preferences. See 934F, 3D at 1095. Such advanced algorithms are more clearly outside the scope of traditional third-party publishing conduct that Section 230 protects. See Gonzalez, 2F, 4th at 914, Berzon, J. Concurring, and it was that kind of advanced, personalized algorithm that Moody considered. See 603 U.S. at 734-35. So we should revisit our doctrine where a personalized recommendation algorithm is at issue. We might also await a vehicle in which a platform manipulates its algorithmic content delivery to boost or deboost content based not on what users are likely to engage with, but based on value-laden editorial choices made by the platform itself. Such a case would avoid Justice Barrett's doubts about whether engagement maximizing algorithms are a message of their own. See Moody, 603 U.S. at 746. Barrett J. Concurring, and it should not take long for such a case to arise. Major internet platforms appear all too happy to engage in this kind of direct interference of information. See, e.g., Murthy v. Missouri, 603 U.S. 43, 5053, 6268. 2024, IDAT 8191, Alito J. Dissenting, Moody, 600, 3 U.S., at 719, 742, Children's Health Deaf v. Meta Platforms, Incorporated, 112F, 4th 742, 751-53, 9th Sir 2024. Some algorithms are both personalized and more clearly present a platform's own ideological message. TikTok, for example, uses a highly advanced personalized recommendation algorithm that responds not only to a user's engagement with content but also other online actions and user metadata. See Anderson, 116F, 4th at 181-82, and its algorithm was developed and maintained by a foreign adversary with a particular message to send to Americans. Cf. TikTok Incorporated v. Garland, 604 U.S., 56, 78-79. 2025. There is strong evidence that this algorithm is an anti-American propaganda tool to push some political narratives while suppressing others. E.g., David Leonhardt, TikTok's pro-China tilt, New York Times, APR 24, 2025.3. The algorithm here, however, was based on the more primitive technology available in 2009. See Mage 7. The 2009 algorithm was not tailored to users, nor is it alleged to learn from individual users' engagement habits. and it did not push or hide narratives based on the specific content shared by users, like the analysis of algorithmic speech in the First Amendment context. These facts matter. See Moody, 603 U.S. at 747.